Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm the Woman Wolfpack. If you're new here, go and hit that sub button and ring that bell. Now today, I'm bringing you some more MLB The Show 22 content, and I'm going to be going through the face of the franchise program. If you look at the title, this is a no money spent strategy. I have not spent a dime and do not plan on spending money on this game aside from obviously buying the game itself. This took me roughly 8 to 9 days. And just kind of I want to go over some things that I did to help me get this far. And just as a general background, I do work full-time outside of this. I'm not a full-time content creator, so this isn't something that you're going to need to be spending 24 hours a day on. I did grind quite a bit, I'm not going to lie, it was a grind, but it's not 24 hours. You got to be, there's other ways to get around it. So real quick, we're going to go through this. So first and foremost, daily moments is just an easy one. There's, I guess, 3 a day. Something just kind of easy to usually go through. I don't know how much, it's not a whole lot of XP, but every little bit helps at this point. So obviously I recommend doing that. To continue with the moments, they have the featured program moments, which are the first ones that came out with the program. There is quite a bit. Quite a lot. Some of them are easier than others. None of them are really hard. I got through them relatively quick, but those are definitely a must. And then just recently, they added the spotlight moments, which are a few less, not quite nearly as much. And I think they're, for the most part, easy. Shouldn't be too much of a problem to do, but I would definitely recommend doing those as well. Then if we come down to here, we have the showdowns, which if you don't like showdown, I completely understand. If you're not good at showdown, once again, I completely understand. This took me several tries to do it. I was not a first turn, wasn't our first try, but I recommend doing each individual missions leading up to the big showdown. It definitely helped me a lot. I definitely was not able to do it from the start. Some people try to jump from the very beginning right to the end just to try and get through with it. I'm not that good. But I recommend doing those. They are doable and they give you a decent amount of XP. But there is both of those, so I would recommend doing both of those. Then there is obviously you have all of these different conquest maps, and as of right now they do expire at the end of the month. So I would get to doing that if you haven't done them yet. Some of them are really easy, like some of them are kind of small, like this one here. I think a lot of these are like almost tutorial type maps, but like these three, really simple, really easy, but you do get XP, you get some packs from it, you get players. I definitely recommend doing it, and we will actually get back to the, especially this map, the full map. We'll get back to that in a minute. I'll go into depth on what I kind of did there, because I used that map and that conquest to kind of do other things, which I'll show you in a second. So moving along here, I did do one of the exchanges for the live series players. I have not done the second one. It's a lot, and I don't really feel like spending the stubs and wasting players for it right now. But I did do this one. It's not too bad. If you can do it, if you can swing it, these gold players are worth a decent amount. So if you can just buy some cheap gold players, or maybe just open packs throughout the conquest games and get lucky, and then start getting rid of live series players, I would recommend putting them in there. Other than the collections, you have all these little ones, which are actually the other programs. If we go back here and look at other programs, we have the Babe Ruth Gold program, we have the Nike City Connect program, and then we have the Nationals Nike City Connect. So first off, let's just go through the Babe Ruth one. This one's relatively simple. Again, they have some moments. It's not going to finish the program with these moments just alone, but they're easy to do, and you need to do them if you're going to finish it in any kind of time. The collections, again, collect stadiums. You only need 5. That's not too bad. They're really cheap. Collect equipment. Again, you can get some of these pretty cheap. It's only 5. Same with the collectibles, if you want to buy them. A lot of these I just was able to obtain by playing moments and playing conquest and just kind of getting rewards, but you can buy them, they're really cheap. And then for this one, I recommend waiting to don't buy one, because you will get one for one of the I believe it's one of the conquest games, conquest maps. You do get a diamond bat, so I would just wait for that and put it in there. But then that's still not going to be enough to finish this one. You need to do at least one of this exchange here. So 300, these are common players. Again, common players are really easy to come by, especially if you have any kind of packs. You're going to get a lot of common players, so this one should be pretty easy. And then you have these missions. So these are the ones that you really have to worry about. But honestly, I finished a lot of these missions and didn't even know they were here. Like, I didn't even know they were existed, and I kind of just finished them, I guess, by accident. They're pretty small. 1 home run with any player, 5 strikeouts, 5 innings pitched this time. So really easy stuff that is going to do. You're probably doing that. If you haven't done that one already, I'd be surprised. But so that's one mission, and then that card, that 82 overall, will go in the other program and give you some more XP. So moving to the Nike City Connect program. This one took a little bit more time, because there's a lot here you got to do. You got to earn up to 100 here. So I actually did get one event win. You get 1 star per event win. I played one event just to try and get one win because I ended up with 99 stars at the end. If you can do events, if you want to play 100 events and get 100 wins, that's all power to you. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you know, to each your own. But the moments, again, there's moments just like anything else. Not too many, a decent amount, I guess, compared to some of the like the Babe Ruth one. But again, not too hard. There's a couple tricky ones, but other than that, nothing crazy. And the exchanges. So I did not do all the exchanges. I did some of them. I did the White Sox, so there's some cheap players. I did, let's see here. I did the Cubs. There were another more cheap players. I guess that's all I did. So you don't need to do all the exchanges if you don't want to. It's a lot of stubs to do it that way. I wouldn't recommend it if you don't have to. The missions are where I really kind of dialed in here. So I did almost all of these missions, and basically the way that I went about doing this is I took a secondary lineup that I made, because you can make multiple lineups, and I bought like 5 or 6 White Sox players, including a starting pitcher and a relief pitcher, and I put them on a roster mixed with, let's say, Giants players. So let's say I had maybe 4 or 5 Giants players, relief pitcher and a starting pitcher, and so I would take that lineup with half and half, and I would bring it all the way over into Conquest on the big map, and I would basically go through, because I fully recommend doing this map. This map is very tedious. It's the longest map it's going to be. It's every year. It takes forever, but you get some decent rewards. You do get I think it's an 88 overall. Yeah, Mike Piazza, so not really that great, but it's a reward. But I recommend doing this map. I actually finished this map twice. This is the 3rd time I'm on this map for this reason exactly. So basically I would go into a game, try to play it on rookie, and I would make sure either the White Sox pitcher or the Giants pitcher was starting, and you get a lot of XP from the pitchers, so I recommend doing that. And if you can score as many runs and hits as possible, that's more XP for those players, so I recommend doing that. And so basically I would go through and play as many games as I could on Conquest while finishing the whole map and slowly gaining that 2,000 XP you need for these teams. So I did it for the Giants, for the White Sox, and then after that I did the D-backs and the Cubs. So basically just split your lineups half and half, get some pitchers, get a lot of strikeouts, get a lot of hits and home runs, whatever. That's going to get your XP up relatively quick. Again, you don't need to do all of them. As you can see, I didn't do these 2, so you don't need to do all of them. These are the ones I did, and I was able to finish it, so that's kind of how I did it. And then as well, if you kind of come over here to this other program, I did something similar, because there's also missions here you got to do, and this is with specific players. So this is with Rendon. This is the Rendon you get from this program relatively early on. 30 you can get while you do the moments. You can do it. That's that might get you 30. If not, that gets close. Okay, so the moments will give you Rendon. Once you get Rendon, put him in for your Conquest team. Just earn stats. That probably takes the longest because it's a single player, so you just need to do really good with that one player. But the rest of these are just Nationals players. So if you want to do this one separately, get a whole team of Nationals players, just even if they're just really cheap bronzes and bronze pitchers. If you go on rookie on Conquest, you should still get XP pretty quick. That's how I got these ones done. And then the exchanges, you can do them. They're decent. I mean, they're 6 stars and 3 stars. I didn't do them, as you can see. I still finished the program. Not that hard. But once you finish that mission or that program, you come back into here, into the main program, and these will now go in these collections. So you get the jersey at the end of the Nationals program. Then you get all these 7 jerseys for that City Connect jerseys, and then you got the Babe Ruth. So right there, that's 10,000 XP, 15,000 XP, 15,000 more XP. So right there, that's a lot. So definitely recommend doing those 3 smaller programs. Then as we're moving up here, we go to, let's start with these ones. So this is while you're progressing along on this, you'll get these legend flashback players. You get every so often you'll get a bunch of them. They pop up every so often. They're no sell players, but they're just gold players if you need a gold lineup, but they're used in these flashback moments. So basically what I would do, again, I'd put all of these players, whichever player I had, and put him in my lineup separately, most likely separately from the other programs we did, just the time that I got them, and put them in your lineup. Try to earn stats with them, try to do well with them, get hits with them, score runs with them, strike out players with them, pitch as long as you can, that kind of stuff with their pitchers, and finish all of these moments or missions. When you finish these missions, that's also a decent amount, because it is 3,000 XP, 500 XP for each one that you finish, and there's a decent amount of them. I don't have personally any cover athletes or Takashi players, so I wasn't able to do this one at all. Don't plan on it right now unless I feel like buying one, but I still may or may not. I'm not sure. But then the second one they just added more recently are the team build missions. So similar to the Nationals program and the Jersey program, you can take pitchers from the NL West, and maybe NL Central if you want to group those together. It doesn't really matter what order you do them in. Split your team half and half, get some hits, runs, home runs, strikeouts, all that kind of stuff with those players from those teams. This is a little more wide because you have more teams to pick from instead of just one team, but nevertheless, it's the same strategy. So I did these for all of these programs, all the divisions in the league here. So I recommend doing that if possible. Once again, I did all of these on Conquest, mostly on the big map, the full map. I think this was my second run through the map. I did most of these, or at least half of these probably, and then had to do a third time starting to try to finish off some of these, like the AL East and the AL West, I think were the last ones I did. But again, I recommend doing those. And then honestly, just playing the game gets you XP. That's really kind of my process. That's kind of what I did. Again, it's not easy. I don't have any at the moment. I don't have any cheats, any glitches, any easy, farming XP farms. Like, there may be some out there, but as of right now, I haven't found it, and I haven't really looked that hard for it, to be honest. I kind of just been playing and grinding. And only other thing I could think of is March to October, which I haven't done this game. I did do it in MLB The Show 20, where there's actually a glitch in March to October. I guess it was sort of a glitch, where when you went through, you would toggle on the hitting tips on the settings, and then you would turn it off, and it would basically give you a free pitch every at bat, and you were able to get really big hits like that way. I think so. That's how I did it in there. If you can do it on Legend, it's 25,000 just for a World Series win, 25,000 XP, but you would earn an average throughout the whole season of 105,000 XP. So if you really wanted to run the Legend March to October, if you do it 6 times, you should be able to get the whole program finished. I wouldn't recommend that. That would take forever. But again, if you really like March to October, maybe it's an option for you. For me, I didn't feel like doing it. I still might. I might try it out. But right now, this is what I did. This is my strategy. So it seems to work so far. And once again, this is no money spent. So I have not bought any packs, any players, any stubs. This has all been just playing through the game, playing through Conquest, and just kind of grinding. But that's all I got. It has allowed me to basically fill my team out so far with a full diamond squad. As you can see here, diamonds all over the board. I will actually have a video coming up probably soon after this video, showing these players in the game. But if you want to see that, check that out. Wait for that. And if there's any questions, you have any other things you want to add, anything you do maybe that's better, anything that you found that's a quicker XP farm, let me know in the comments. And if you like this type of content, if you like going through the in-depth analysis of how to get these programs finished, drop it in the comments and leave a like, and I will continue to do so. And that's all I'm going to have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, drop a like, and I will see you on the next one. Wolf out.